ShareTweetRep. Dan Crenshaw, the Navy SEAL war veteran, bravely appeared on The View. Immediately, Joy Behar started attacking President Donald Trump as unpatriotic, and then she told Crenshaw any Republicans who support the president must stop wearing American flag pins. Well, the Texas war hero torched Behar and gave the 76-year-old a lesson in reality. You'll love this. Joy Behar was barking up the wrong tree when she took on Rep. Dan Crenshaw of Texas. The former comedian is loaded with fake news, and she tried to put Crenshaw on the spot about Trump, using what else but Vladimir Putin and Russia. Big Mouth Behar actually thinks that the president treats Russia favorably and that anyone who supports Trump has no business wearing American flag pins. Let's talk about the fact he met with Putin for 90 minutes last week and never once brought up the fact that Russia interfered in our elections, Behar said. We have no idea how Crenshaw remained calm, as the blowhard was just warming up. He never brought it up, said Joy. How is it that the Republican Party, your colleagues, can stand by this man when he is involved in this way with Russia? I mean, I said last week I don't want to see any of those flag pins anymore on Republicans who don't stand up against this guy for Russian meddling and other things he's done. It seems as though he's unpatriotic. I think we're overstating it, said Crenshaw, meaning Big Mouth Behar is overstating everything when it comes to Trump, but the good congressman is trying to keep the crazy Trump hater from attacking him. First of all, that meeting was about Venezuela, but I will give you this, says Crenshaw, the president has a bad habit of repeating what Putin says. And that's the only bone the war hero was throwing to the shrews. From here on out, he schools Joy and her cohorts on Trump-Russia reality. Trump has a pretty good habit of putting policies in place that are vehemently counter Russia, said Crenshaw. Just off the top of my head as I'm thinking about it, putting lethal aids in Ukraine, actually killing Russian militants in Syria, bombing Syrian chemical weapons of Assad, this is Russia's ally. Pressuring the Europeans to spend more on their defense and to use our natural gas instead of Russia's natural gas, none of these things are good for Russia. Joy rudely interrupted the congressman at this point, saying forcefully, "Are you saying Trump's playing Putin?" And before he could answer, the so-called resident attorney Sonny Hostin piped saying something about Trump and our democracy. Well, the former Navy SEAL expertly schooled them on how it's the Trump administration who is actively working with all 50 states to ensure our election integrity is sound. Regardless, these shrews don't really care about election integrity. They are bringing it up to keep alive Hillary Clinton's dream that the 2016 presidential election was stolen from her. That's when Behar tried to jump Crenshaw over his remarks calling out Rep. Ilhan Omar's anti-Semitism. The joyless wonder claimed Trump was worse than Omar. And the Texas congressman played her like a fiddle, leaving Big Mouth Behar and her crew of Trump haters speechless. When Omar referred to 9/11 as some people did something, I don't think it was taken out of context. I don't think she's apologized either, said Crenshaw. Behar pointed out that Omar was a recently elected congresswoman and not halfway through a presidential term like Trump. She's a new congresswoman, Behar said. Hostin said the Minnesota Democrats' comments have been taken out of context, but Crenshaw refused to extend the same courtesy to Omar. Well, all the leftists were outraged. How dare this Texas upstart come on The View and pull his white male privilege, many of them were saying. All over social media, the left was seething at the congressman for refusing to buy the fake news talking points Behar and her cohorts were selling. Instead, the Texas war hero refused to apologize for being a white male who supports President Trump, and he schooled them on Trump, Russia and Representative Ilhan Omar. The shrews of the View were in shock and left speechless. This was by far the best episode of this tawdry TV show in a very long time. Share tweet.